You want to train consistently, but between work, life, and just family, it's tough. I get it. I've worked with adult swimmers and triathletes who say the same thing. I just don't have time. But here's the truth. You can stay consistent when life gets crazy. And today, I'm going to show you how. Here's how we're breaking it down today. First, we'll start with a powerful mindset shift that can change the way that you define consistency. Then, I'll show you how to plan for chaos so that your training doesn't fall apart when your life gets hectic. We'll talk about using micro wins to stay connected, building a low-friction system that makes it easier to show up, and finally, how to bounce back quickly when life just throws you off track. These 5 strategies are simple, practical, and designed for busy swimmers like you. So let's dive into it. First, we have to reframe what consistency means. You don't need to be training 6 days a week to call yourself consistent. I had to relearn that myself after years of elite training 6 days a week, 2 times a day. But real consistency isn't about perfection. It's about staying connected and showing up consistently even when life looks different. Redefine what consistency means for your life now. It means getting in the water when you can, staying connected to the sport, and not abandoning your goals just because your schedule isn't perfect. So if your week gets slammed, but you still get in 2 swims instead of 4, that's consistency, that's momentum. Most busy swimmers fail not because they're lazy, but because they're reactive. If your workouts rely on the perfect time opening up, they won't happen. Here's a few tips to help you plan for the chaos. The first is to schedule your swims like they're important meetings. Decide your swim days and times ahead of time, just like you would for work calls or appointments. Put them in your calendar and treat these blocks as non-negotiables. When you protect that time, you're more likely to show up, stay consistent, and treat swimming like a real priority in your life. The next is to have a backup plan. Life happens. Meetings run long, kids get sick, traffic delays you. Instead of skipping your swim altogether, build a plan B. Look at your weekly schedule and identify 1 or 2 alternative swim times that you could do if your original plan falls through. Maybe it's early Saturday morning or right after work on Thursday. When you already know your backup option, you're way more likely to stay on track, even when your week doesn't go to plan. And lastly, make your workouts flexible. Some days you've got a full hour, other days you're lucky to squeeze in 30 minutes. That's okay. Create shorter versions of your main sets that hit the same focus, just in less time. This way, no matter how busy your life gets, you can still train with a purpose. A shorter swim is still a win because it keeps your habit going and your momentum intact. Some weeks, your life will be insane, and your job is to keep your identity as a swimmer alive. Even a 20-minute dry land session with a stretch and a short swim can do that. This helps you mentally stay connected to the habit. Even shorter workouts or quick dry land sessions help keep you mentally engaged. When life gets busy, it's easy to lose touch with your swimmer identity. But these small efforts remind your brain that swimming is still a priority, making it easier for you to jump back in fully later. This also helps keep your technique from fading. Consistency, even in small doses, helps maintain your muscle memory and the little details of your stroke. Skipping too long means your form gets rusty, which leads to slower progress and more frustration when you do return. Staying engaged keeps your technique sharp and efficient. This also reduces the stress of starting over later. Missing weeks and months can discourage you from getting back into the pool. By doing even just a little during those tough, crazy times, you avoid the tough mental reset. This makes your return smoother, quicker, and less stressful. Remember, the goal here isn't to be perfect, it's to not disappear completely. If your swim bag isn't packed or your goggles are missing or you have to scramble to find your training plan, the chances of you bailing on training goes way up. When things get busy, even small obstacles can feel like huge roadblocks. That's why building a low friction system is key for staying consistent during these times. So what does it look like? First, keep your swim gear ready to go, ideally in your car or right by the door. That way, when it's time to head to the pool, even when you're tired, you don't have to waste mental energy gathering everything up. It's already there, waiting for you, ready to go. Next, pre-plan your warm-up before you get to the pool. Having a clear warm-up routine saves you time and helps keep you focused and mentally ready to go. No wasted minutes wondering what to do first. And finally, have 2 to 3 go-to workouts either saved on your phone or written down. These should be workouts that you know well, help you hit your goals, and can be adjusted based off how much time you have. When you don't have to think about what to do next, it makes it that much easier just to dive in. The goal here is to transition from busy adult life to swimmer in the water as quick and easy as possible. The less you have to think or prepare in the moment, the more likely you are to just show up and swim, no matter how packed your schedule is, and I guarantee you'll be so happy after you get it done. Here's the deal, life gets in the way sometimes. You are going to miss swims. Maybe work gets crazy, or your family needs your attention, or you simply just feel wiped out. That's completely normal. It happens to me, it happens to every swimmer, no matter how experienced you are. But here's the key, don't let one tough week turn into an entire month of missed sessions. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to restart, and the more your confidence in the water takes a hit. And here's something just as important. Don't beat yourself up over it. Missing a workout doesn't mean that you've failed or lost progress. Be kind to yourself. Life happens, and a little self-compassion goes a long way in helping you stay motivated and getting back on track. So, don't wait for Monday, don't wait for the perfect moment. Reset the very next day and the very next chance that you get. Even a short swim counts in hitting the reset button. Remember, consistency isn't about perfection, it's about getting back on track over and over and over again. That's the real secret to long-term progress and success, especially since life is busy and unpredictable. So if life has been pulling you in every direction lately, remember this. You absolutely don't need perfect weeks. You just need enough good ones to keep moving forward. Be flexible, be forgiving, and most of all, keep showing up. If this helped you, hit the like button. And if you want more swim content, hit subscribe and stick around. Thanks for tuning in, happy training, and I'll catch you in the next one.